What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching today, baby. Ooh, baby. Say hello if you guys stop in here. And my camera is looking nice and janky. I had it set up. That'll have to do. How are you guys doing out there? We'll wait for some people to hop in here. I don't think anybody was really planning on me doing a live stream today, but I figured I would hop on and see if anybody needed to chat. Wow, that really drives me crazy. Make sure you guys can hear me okay. Does the internet look okay? Eric, what's up, everyone, baby? Damn, Eric coming in here early today. Dad, Mama Dad, what's up, girl? How are you? Good to see you, lovely people. I haven't been on here for a minute now. Ooh, there's some new buddy. Kit Cloud Kicker says hello. Nice to see you, Kit. Say hello as you guys are stopping in here. Say hello. We'll wait for just a minute for some other folks to hop in here. Deb said, laugh out loud, Eric, baby. I was almost not going to come on today, guys. I haven't been feeling very well lately. But I figured I'd hop on here anyway. My microwave's about to go off. Hold on a sec, guys. Say hello. Say hello. Woo, gotta have this rice bag. I've got like an arm injury that will not heal. It's pissing me off. Hello, Deb. My name is Chris. Nice to meet you, Chris. How are you? Oh, Keith is in the house. Good to see you, Keith. Eric, any word on your withdrawal yet? Did you start that withdrawal yet? I'm still wondering about you, buddy. Deb, there's some new thing that I just, it said something about the moderators now have more power or something like that. Let me see what it says here. I just took a screenshot of it just a minute ago. Introducing managing moderators. These users have the same capabilities as standard moderators, but in addition, they can manage blocked words. So I think that might be helpful, Deb, because you know how a lot of people are getting blocked in the chat for saying like a cuss word. Then I think this will maybe now let you guys like fix that. They can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live. I don't really know what the heck that means. I'll look into it and I'll try to find more information for you and Marky. So that way you guys, yeah, give you guys some more power. Because I don't think you guys can see when YouTube blocks, because you know how people always cuss and it blocks automatically. I don't think you guys can see that, can you? Oh my gosh, that screen is driving me crazy. Does that look level to you guys? It seems like it's not level to me. That's driving me nuts. That is not level. OCD, baby. That's better. Yes, I can change the swear to another. Oh, you can change? Okay. I didn't know you could see that. Eric says, no, I haven't yet, Kevin, making a plan to jump off. All right. Let me know when you do it, man. I don't want to rush you into it, but I know it's on your mind all the time. So ever since you said that, I've been asking you about it. What did Keith say? Okay, so Keith says, what's up, guys? 28 days out from 100 milligram. I feel perfect. That's great, Keith. So what's the plan from here? Did you decide on having a backup one, or are you just going to roll out from here? Just a quick side note on my stuff, guys. I'm sure I'll have to repeat this again later, so I'll just talk about it really quick. So I'm now 5 weeks out from my last 100 milligram shot, and I feel great. I feel fine. My next shot is scheduled for, I think, 3 weeks from now. So that will probably be the last of it, I'm thinking. That's the plan as of now. That's kind of been the plan as of lately. Who knows if that'll change or not. It looks level. You have OCD. Yeah, I definitely do. It does not look level to me. I feel like the cupboards look like they're slanted or something. Am I overlooking at that? Do my cupboards look level right here? It looks like they're slanting. There's Marky Rizzo. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Wow, it's good to see some people in here today. All right, guys, keep the comments coming. Keep the questions, comments rolling. Let's see here. Yes, Sean P, how are you doing? Because isn't Sean P the one that cut his Kratom dosage in half? If we could get an update on that, Sean P, if you're still working on that. I was pretty sure that's who Sean P was. Let's see here. Jeremy S says, yo, what's up, Jeremy? How are you, buddy? Trying to see your puppy in the picture here, but this phone's so small. Looks like everyone's got their puppy pictures up. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Good to see you, Marky Rizzo. Prototype says, would Sublocade work for Adderall withdrawal? Also hoping that Sublocade will not be added to the FDA shortage list. Your first question, Prototype. No, it shouldn't have anything to do with Adderall withdrawal. Adderall is a stimulant. Sublocade is basically like Suboxone. So I would not take Sublocade to try to get off of Adderall. I would try to taper off the Adderall with lower doses or spacing out your time. But I would not get on Sublocade to try to get off of Adderall. Another thing you could try is maybe try like switching over to caffeine and then tapering the caffeine down. What dose of Adderall are you on, and how long have you been on it? Deb says, sweet news, Kevin. To feel fine is wonderful. Does that mean you're feeling good now, Deb, on your dose? Or what's the update on you, Deb? What dose are you on, and are you still having the RLS? Or what's an update with you, Deb? Because I know everybody likes to hear about how your taper's going. So if anybody else watching this is on their taper or would like to share where they're at with their Sublocade or their Suboxone, please throw it in the comments so we can share with others, guys, because you guys know I can only share my experience. You guys also got to share your experiences to help others going forward too, guys. Oh yeah, the cabinets look slanted, but you don't. Okay, so we're still slanted here. I gotta fix those cabinets because that's driving me crazy. Oh, I can see it right there. My countertop looks crooked. Okay, that's not gonna work. Hold on, guys. I gotta fix this. Okay, so we gotta go this way. Ah! Ah! Sorry about yelling in your ear. Ah! Just one of them days when you're gonna drop your phone. All right, that should be good enough, guys. There we go. That works. My counter looks level. I can deal with that. All right, so back to the comments here. Keep the comments coming, guys. We've got 12 people in here. Do not forget to hit that like button for your boy. Good to see you, Liz Glass. 2 milligrams for Liz Glass. Good job, Liz. That's a great dose. Let's see here. Doing okay, Kev? Yeah, I'm doing great. So I'm 5 weeks out from my last 100 milligram Sublocade shot. Things are going well for me, guys. So Keith says, as of right now, I'm not getting another shot. My doctor thinks I should. I agreed to contact her every 2 weeks and see how it's going. Dude, I love that. Your doctor is awesome, Keith. That's a perfect idea. That's a perfect idea. Just knowing that, you know, they're going to be able to get you one if you feel like you need one. Because it's not like it's going to run out overnight, right? If anything, it's going to be a very slow gradual uncomfortable feeling, if anything, right? Do you feel anything at all, Keith? Any issues at all? Any diarrhea? Any lack of sleep? Any, obviously probably no RLS at this point, but do you have any sort of withdrawal problems at all? I would assume not, but if you do, let us know. I'm assuming by what you said about how you feel great that there's no issues at all, but if you notice anything, do you feel any different at all from like how you did say like the first week or so? Eric says, I praise people who say they don't use drugs. It's refreshing to know, it's refreshing knowing people can save life without a substance. Yeah, imagine being so blessed as to not have to struggle with substance addiction, right? Or anything like that. That would be, like, I was thinking the other day, like, how much further I would be ahead in my life right now with everything if I didn't ever go down this street of opiate addiction, right? Like, it's basically taken a huge gap out of the last 20 years of my life. So Jeremy says I'm on 1.5 milligrams now. Okay, good. What did you taper down from, Jeremy? Yeah, look at you guys. Everyone's down. You guys are mostly all down around low doses. So it's awesome to hear that you guys are all, doing good on these lower doses. Kit says, I'm thinking of trying to find a doctor to switch from methadone to Sublocade, then maybe eventually off that as well. So what dose of methadone are you on, Kit? And have you been tapering the methadone? Because to do that, I don't know if you've heard me talk about this transition before in the past, but that would be a bit of a transition because you have to withdraw from the methadone before you go on to Suboxone. And then you have to be steady on Suboxone for a week before they'll put you on Sublocade. So it's a bit of a transition to switch from methadone to oral Suboxone to Sublocade. So it's not everybody wants to have to go through the hassle of switching through like that, but it's an option for you, obviously, right? If you've tried tapering off of methadone before and it just didn't work, then you might consider trying to do the Sublocade route. But I usually try to suggest that people stay on whatever they're on, unless it's street drugs like these fentanyl pills that are on the street. If you're getting drugs from the street, then I definitely recommend going right to Suboxone, for sure. Otherwise, if somebody's on methadone and they're tapering and things are going well, then I usually suggest to just stick with the taper. Obviously, you guys know that I'm not a doctor and nothing on my channel is medical advice. This is just a guy who's been talking to people now for 5 years on this channel, and I've been living with my opiate addiction for 20 years, right, guys? So I have a lot of experience. I know a lot of people who've been in and out of this lifestyle. Yeah, I just have a lot of experience. I know a lot about the stuff that we're talking about. So just remember, I'm not a doctor. I can't give you guys medical advice. I can only share my experience and what I've spoke with thousands of other people about. Prototype says, thank you. I'm on 5 to 10 milligrams daily for a few years. It is strong and it does mess with the dopamine receptors hard. I get what you're saying about it being different than stims. Yeah, dude. I mean, that's a low dose, dude. That's a really low dose compared to most people. So at least be thankful that you're not one of the type of people that takes huge high doses every day. I mean, 5 to 10 milligrams a day, that's really pretty dang low, all things considered. So I absolutely would not get on Sublocade to get off of a 5 to 10 milligram Adderall daily use. Definitely not. It's not needed. I would literally just try to taper off. I mean, you're on such a low dose that, I would just try to taper off that. Be thankful that you're not on like 50, 60 milligrams a day, right? Because there are a lot of people that are on huge high doses like that. So you're in a much better spot than most people that are on Adderall. So, okay, so Deb says, no, I'm still on 0.15 milligrams and I feel like my skin is crawling. Restless legs, no sleep, and now massive leg cramps. What? Damn it, Deb. That's like not leaving you alone. I feel like that's been going on for a while now. I'm just trying to hang in though. I feel like you've been at that dose right around 1/4 milligram or less, and you've been having those restless legs for a while now. Gosh. I wish there was something else that could help you with the restless legs, because I know you said those restless legs tablets aren't working for you. Well, don't torture yourself to death over there, Deb. I know you want off this stuff, but I'm just amazed at how long it's taking to stabilize down below 1/4 milligram. How many years has it been again, Deb, since you started Suboxone? I know it's been quite a while, right? Liz says, has anyone noticed the difference effects of different brands of Suboxone? Liz, I've heard people talk about that before in the past. I've literally never noticed any difference going from the films to generic tablets. I've never noticed anything. I think a lot of people, it can be in their heads. So don't let it mess with you. I've heard plenty of people say the same thing, that they have noticed a difference, but I think a lot of that could be from psychological playing a difference on you, you know, like, oh no, these are generic brand, it's not going to work as good. I've really never been able to tell one way or another. Totally honestly with you. And I'm already getting behind the comments. I'm going to try to keep up here, guys, because I know it's kind of a pain in the butt when I get way far behind. Let's see here. So Keith says, exactly, I have some strips if I need. I have 0 symptoms. My only symptom is fear of future symptoms. That's awesome that you're aware of that your brain's trying to trick you going forward. So keep an eye on your little devil on your shoulder, Keith. You're going to do just fine, man. I mean, you really kicked this first month hard in the butt. So you're going to be just fine, buddy. Just keep on trucking. And just remember that the half-life of this medication is 45 to 60 days before it's even halfway gone. So you still got that first shot's going to keep on lasting. Jeremy says, I started on 4 milligrams and I've been on for 4 years. Okay, so yeah, good job tapering. Myelin brand makes me feel weird, and Dr. Reddy and Avogan is good. The inert ingredient is the issue. I will switch to Sublocade after a while. Yeah, I mean, if you tried tapering off Suboxone and it's just not working out for you, then yeah, definitely consider switching to Sublocade, because a lot of people are doing that. And if your insurance will provide, you know, coverage for you, then what do you have to lose, right? Oh boy, Nate S up in the house at day 80 off of Suboxone. Congratulations to Nate S. He made it 80 days off Suboxone, guys. Shout out to him, brother. I know there are a lot of people coming off Suboxone right now, and a lot of you are tapering as well. So shout out to all of you who are coming off and tapering as well. Make sure that you guys take some time and be proud of yourself, because we all know that this stuff is very challenging, all right? Don't be too hard on yourself if you're struggling through the taper, because this stuff is hard to do. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the withdrawal, but I think the side effects of methadone are getting to me. Only once a month is appealing. I'm on 90 milligrams of methadone. Okay, so that's still a pretty high dose then. So I could see how you're getting sick of the side effects. I would understand that the side effects at 90 milligrams of methadone are pretty high. So only once a month is appealing. Yeah, I mean, how long have you been trying to taper off of methadone for, Kit? Yeah, so yeah, you're still on a pretty dang high dose of, people trying to call me on here. Well, yeah, you're still on a pretty high dose of methadone, but I mean, if you can, just try to taper off of that, I would think. But yeah, if you want to stay on something and you only want to have to do it once a month, then yeah, Sublocade is definitely by far a winner in that situation. Especially if you're not wanting to like come off anytime soon. Go into the doctor once a month or once every other month and just get a shot, because it lasts more than a month. I'll tell you that right now. That's guaranteed. I read that from withdrawal, methadone is harder than H. What do you think? I honestly don't really believe in that. I hear the same thing. Kit, on this channel every day. People will say Kratom is the hardest thing to get off. Kratom is harder than H. Loratab is harder than Kratom. Suboxone is the hardest. No, for sure, Suboxone is harder than fentanyl. Like, I've heard every person say every possible way. I think that what really is going on is the people that are going through the most recent withdrawal, they're going to think that's what's the worst, right? Because as time goes on, the painful memories, they're not as clear to you, right? Like, I've gone through some horrific events in my past, and they don't seem nearly as painful now because it's so far removed from me. So it's usually, I think what's going on is whatever people are going off in the now, that's what they're going to think is the worst, right? No, Kratom is the hardest thing to get off. No, it's Suboxone. Like, I've heard every different way. I could probably do a poll on this channel, and it would be totally mixed depending on what everyone's going through right now. So I would definitely not look at it like that. The best way to avoid serious withdrawal is to just do a long, slow taper, but everyone's situation is different. I know Jennifer recently had to jump off a high dose of Suboxone because she was having serious swelling in her legs to where she was going to lose her leg over this just for being on Suboxone. So she recently cold turkey jumped off of a high dose because you're going to lose your leg, or are you going to come off Suboxone? Like, obviously you're going to come off Suboxone. So yeah, I wouldn't be worried about methadone withdrawal being harder than H. Like, it's all, in my opinion, it's all going to be pretty similar. It might take a little longer going one route than the other, but don't let that keep you up at night. Kit, just do what you think is best for you. You can find anything online about what's going to be the hardest thing. I wouldn't pay too much attention to that, honestly. It's all pretty challenging. It's just being straight up. It's all pretty challenging. Deb says, yes, it's been very rough since I got under 0.33 milligrams. Well, at least you're like so close to the end, Deb. You just need to get steady on that dose. I just can't believe it's taken so long to get steady down there. 10 years on Suboxone. Okay, so that makes some Marky says, time to jump, Deb. You need a friendly push. I am thankful. Thank you for your advice. Yeah, you're welcome, Prototype. Yeah, thanks for asking the question because, yeah, I don't know where you would have got that idea from, but yeah, no, I would just stick with what you're doing and try to taper off. You're such a low amount of Adderall. I wouldn't even, trust me, I'd speak to a lot of people who are way, 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 way worse off than you are. You're in a pretty good spot, honestly, if that's all you've got going on. Did you have some sort of an opiate addiction, Prototype, or like what is it that made you even think about Sublocade? Zach says, hello, everyone. Just wanted to let you know I'm here listening. I'll check in with you later. All right, Zach, thanks for checking in, brother. I know you kind of listen and drive. Quick side note, how are you doing, Zach? Let us know how your taper's going, what's your dose, and are you steady on it? Are you having the withdrawal at your current dose, Zach? I know you got to be really close to the end. GM says, I've never noticed any difference. So I'm pretty sure GM is talking about like noticing a difference between the different brands of Suboxone. I'm assuming that's what GM is responding to there. Good to see you, GM. Let's see here. Okay, let's see, we've already been in here 23 minutes. All right, guys, I just wanted to take a quick second to shout out to the contributor of the week, Mama Deb. She sent a $20 cash app to the channel last Wednesday. As you guys know, I didn't do a Wednesday live stream because of the playoffs. Thankfully, I did not miss that game because it was a heck of a game, watching the Cowboys and the 49ers. But shout out to you, Mama Deb. Thank you. You were actually the only contributor of the week. I know I've kind of been slowing things down a little bit lately, so that's kind of to be expected. But thank you, Mama Deb, for that $20 cash app last week, baby. All right, continuing on here. Let's see. Oh, looks like I'm not too far behind. I thought I was behind quite a bit, but I guess I'm not. If you guys have any questions or comments, please put them in here now. We're probably not going to go 2-hour live stream today. probably try to go somewhere around an hour. Obviously, it's going to change depending on how many people are in here commenting and keeping the combo going. So if you guys have questions about anything, if you'd like to share where you're at with your taper, or if you have questions about switching to certain different medications, feel free to throw them in here now so we can all try to give you whatever information that we have. I seen that Mikey had recently posted that he got approved for his Sublocade. I know he's been having kind of an issue getting that, so I'm sure he'll hop on here in a little bit and tell us about that. Liz, how long did you taper for? So Jeremy says, I haven't had any issues on different brands of subs. The only thing I don't like is the pill form. What is it that you don't like about the pill form, Jeremy? One thing to note is that it does obviously take longer for the pills to absorb under your tongue than the films. So sometimes that can be a negative for some people that want it to just absorb faster. But the generic Suboxone tablets, they're extremely cheap. If you guys are cash paying, they're like $1.50 for an 8 milligram tablet. So very, very cheap to be buying the generic. He switched me to Oxy, the withdrawals 24 hours, and the Suboxone. Oh, so I think Liz went from methadone to Oxy for a short time and then transferred her over to Suboxone. Is that right, Liz? Is that what you meant to say? Yes, I agree, Deb. So Deb says, I hope Jen is doing okay. Yeah, I mean, she's jumping off a huge dose. So last I talked to her, she said she was like on day 5, I believe. So hopefully she hops on here if she sees us and she can kind of give us an update, because that's a pretty high dose to jump off cold turkey. So shout out to her. If she's listening, she can give us an update hopefully soon. Okay, so Zach says he's down to 0.1 per day on day 4, day 5 today. So wow, 0.1. So he's on 1/10 of a milligram, guys. That's crazy. That's crazy low. How low could you even measure to, Zach? Like, I don't know how you could really even measure much lower than that. I know you have like it's like a diamond scale or something like that, I think. That's amazing that that would even register on a scale. Have you guys heard of anybody down lower than Zach is at 0.1 milligram? 1/10 of a milligram? Is that what that is? 1/10 of a milligram? I'm pretty sure that's what that is. 1/10 of a milligram per day. That is micro. So Zach's got to be like very near the end, guys. Are you feeling pretty good at that dose, Zach? If you can still comment. I know you're kind of busy driving and stuff. I read an article that said Rhode Island wants to let pharmacists prescribe Suboxone. That would be super awesome. Oh, I just seen an article today, guys. I think I got an email saying that they're trying to get rid of Kratom in Mississippi. Have you guys heard of this? Let me see if I can find it real quick. I think I got an email about it or something like that. Maybe it was a news article. Let me see. Where did it go? Okay. Have you guys heard of that in Mississippi? I think that's where Dr. Chris Park is, right? Let's see. See if I can find it. Okay, so yep, state representatives working to get Kratom off the shelves in Mississippi, guys. So heads up to any of you who are in Mississippi. If you're on Kratom, yeah, I'm sure you probably have heard about this by now, but if not, let's see. Oh, it's that same stuff that we were talking about recently. Kratom and tianeptine, that's some other person was commenting about this, could find themselves off the shelves in Mississippi. Let's see. Both making it a Schedule I, making it illegal to sell them. Once it's illegal to sell, then hopefully we could get it off the gas store shelves and make it a whole lot harder to get. The effects of Kratom will forever affect me, and I didn't even take it. So-and-so said her husband killed himself after taking a significant amount of Kratom. What? Anytime I go into the store and I see a big glass case of Kratom, I just want to smash the glass. I'm reading this on a news article, guys, for the first time, so I didn't read through this like I did. I just seen it pop up earlier. Local officials said that the negative side effects have no bounds. Some say the worst part of it is the addictiveness. Do you guys hear what I'm reading here? This is a news article, guys. This is not me saying this stuff. It's extremely addictive, said Scoggin. It's got the same qualities as an opioid does. While others think the availability is a big issue, it's a sleeping terror in our community that is readily accessible. Some people claim to experience positive side effects from Kratom. A lot of patients say it helps. It helps with the pain. It helps with myalgia and arthritis, things like that. Listen to this, guys. Yet Scott hopes to see HB 364 pass into law and see what's referred to as gas station heroin off the shelves. I'm just reading this, guys, so don't get mad at me if you guys are all into the Kratom stuff. We as Mississippians can bring this to a new light, make it illegal to see or make it illegal to buy, and then get it off our shelves and hopefully protect our people. I think that's the end of the article. Wow, guys, that was some pretty harsh stuff they were saying in there, huh? Damn. If you guys want to read that, you can just do a Google search for Mississippi Kratom news, and it popped right up. That was an article 5 days ago. I think that's a little different than the one I first seen pop up earlier. What do you guys think of that? Do you guys relate to any of that they said in the article, or do you think that's crock, or what's your guys' experience been with Kratom? So-and-so said that those fighting for Kratom need to act sooner than later. So if you guys are in Mississippi and you don't want this to happen, I think there's some kind of bill that you need to vote on or something like that. It sounds like they're getting pretty serious about taking this stuff off the shelves out there in Mississippi, guys. So just a heads up for you. Just a heads up out there. I want to know what you guys think about what I just read. What's going on here? All right, let me read some more comments here, guys. Sorry, I was just finishing reading that article. Okay, I'm going to go back up to... Okay, so Zach says, I weigh out 3 days at a time to get an accurate measurement. Damn, Zach is on it. That's a good idea, Zach. That's a really good idea. Anastasia, good to see you, says, has anyone here had a colonoscopy on subs? I'm nervous because I was told that they give you a small amount of morphine usually. I'm tapering and currently at 0.5, by the way. So grateful for this progress. So kicking ass at the taper there, I see. I personally haven't. I don't think I've heard that they give morphine for a colonoscopy. Can you guys, has anybody had experience with that? Obviously I haven't, so I can't really comment on that. But that being said, remember, Anastasia, that you can still take morphine while you're on Suboxone. You're not going to go into precipitated withdrawal. All that's going to happen is it's going to dull the pain, right? You're just not going to feel the euphoric effects that you normally would feel from morphine if you're on buprenorphine or Suboxone. So I hope you're not worrying that you're going to go into like a precipitated withdrawal, because that's not how that works. It's the opposite way. It's if you're not on any Suboxone and you're on morphine and then you take Suboxone before the morphine wears off, that's when you get into trouble. Congratulations on 0.5 milligrams though. That's awesome. You're doing really, really good. Side note, we've got 20 people in here, guys. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Also, we are getting a lot of new subscribers, so if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel and you don't want to miss out on any live streams, and you don't want to have to watch commercials on the replay, right? Because sometimes YouTube crams the commercials in on you guys. I don't have any control over that. It just does it automatically. So if you don't want to have to sift through the commercials, if you're not paying for YouTube Premium, then watch the live streams, and you can do that by subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell, and it will alert you every time we go live, okay? So Zach says 12 tiny specks in total, 0.3 milligram per 0.1 per day, 4 pieces. That's talking some nitty gritty, baby. Okay, so Deb says, Anastasia, I did, and I had no problems with anesthesia. So Deb, did they give you morphine as well? The worst part is the day before prep. Yeah, because they clear your guts out, right? Oh, we had a couple people say they have. Sweet and Salty, a.k.a. Rachel. That looks like a new person. Sweet and Salty. Or Rachel, did you change your name? Are you the Rachel that was on here before? Rachel J, was it? Or are you a new Rachel? Deb, what did they give you for anesthesia? 100% Deb, laugh out loud. Having a really tough past 24 hours, hitting me pretty hard right now, even at this level. Okay, so Zach's kind of struggling right now, trying to get steady on that mini micro dose. 23 people, wow, that's kind of surprising. All right, I don't know where you guys all went the last couple of weeks, but it has been dead up in here recently. But it's good to see some people joining again, so I've missed y'all. Maybe there's some new people in here tonight. Just a quick side note, since there's more people coming in now, if you missed what I said earlier, I am on the 5th week since my last Sublocade shot of 100 milligrams. And my 5th shot is scheduled for 3 weeks from today. So I'm going to go 8 weeks between Sublocade shots now. That's the plan as of right now. And I'm doing just fine. Anastasia, I've had 5 surgeries on subs. Just always remind the anesthesiologist before you go to sleep. Do you guys hear that, what Rachel just said? Because I know there's a lot of people that have fear about being on Suboxone and having a surgery or a medical issue. What happens? And it's okay that you're on this stuff, so don't freak out, guys. All that's going to happen is they're going to give you whatever they give you, and it's going to kill the pain. You're just not going to feel the euphoric effects from them giving you the pain medication, okay? You're not going to go into withdrawal. So please, that used to be a big worry of mine because I didn't really understand how this stuff worked. Anastasia and IV. And IV, I don't know what kind it was. It was probably morphine, I'm sure, Deb. Deb, I can second that. PTSD from the solution I had to drink. Good to see you, Megan C. Good to see you up in here. Yeah, that's crazy. The pill form gave me headaches for some reason. I don't know why, though. Yeah, some people are saying that if they swallow after letting the pill absorb, if you swallow, that could contribute to your headaches. So if that's somebody that's watching this now and you're getting headaches after taking your Suboxone, you might consider spitting out the medication after you've let it absorb on your tongue for 5 or 10 minutes and see if that helps with that, okay? Megan, I told my doctor that I would never do that test again after that. Oh, gosh. That reminds me of jumping off of Suboxone. Gotta stay near a toilet. I live in Louisiana and I've only tried Kratom once. My background is in pharmacy, so it's always made me nervous. I know it helps a lot of people though. Yeah, it does help a lot of people, and it also hurts a lot of people too. I think the scariest thing is for people who have opiate addictions and they're not really warned about the dangers of Kratom. I think if people have an understanding of how much damage Kratom can cause as far as going off like deep into addiction, as long as they have that warning, and that's something I try to provide here on the channel. It's just like, if it helps you, then great. Just keep it low, consistent doses. Make sure that you're measuring your doses and keeping track of your doses, because if you're just blindly scooping the stuff into a canister, before you know it, 1 scoop's going to turn into 2, and then 2's going to turn into 4, and then you've got this huge Kratom addiction, and you're going to buy these Kratom shots that cost $15 each. Somebody recently said that they were spending $50 a day on 4 Kratom shots. Guys, that's crazy. That's crazy, right? Kratom isn't even that big of a deal, in my opinion. I feel like there were other factors contributing to his suicide. Yeah, I don't know who it was or what the suicide was, but I do talk to plenty of people on this channel who do say that Kratom is a very big deal in their opinion. So it doesn't sound like Ethan has had much of an issue with Kratom, so that's great. There are some people who can manage the Kratom. So if that's you and if it's working for you, then that's awesome, guys. Just be careful, that's all I'm saying. Obviously, Kratom is a much better idea than taking fentanyl pills off the street. Take all the Kratom you need to, if that's what you're comparing it to. I haven't taken Kratom but a few times for pain. It didn't seem like it helped much. Yeah, some people say that they don't notice anything from Kratom, but then some other people say that it's as bad as H, right? I've seen that comment on this channel many times. Sorry about the jets out here, guys. Kratom is only a problem if minors get a hold of it. I wouldn't say that, because that would say that every adult that's commented on my channel, as I just mentioned, Ethan, there's been many grown-ass adults on this channel that have said that Kratom has ruined their life. If you're over 25 years of age, it's really not that big of a deal. I disagree with you, Ethan, but you're welcome to say what you want about it. I've just heard too many people say that Kratom has ruined their life on this channel. Sonny S, what's up, y'all? Good to see you, though, Ethan. I'm over here trying to disagree with you. But yeah, guys, as you guys all know, you guys are all, whoa, 30 people in here, guys. You guys are all welcome to have your own opinion. I totally respect your opinion as well. But you guys have to remember that I've had this channel for 5 years now, and I've had many conversations with all sorts of people, right? A lot of people say Kratom has saved their life. A lot of people say Suboxone has saved their life. A lot of people say Kratom has ruined their life. A lot of people say Suboxone has ruined their life, right? I mean, you could freaking caffeine could ruin your life, right? So it's just, I think it all really comes down to just using this stuff in moderation, whatever you're on, and not letting the little addict come out of you with whatever it is that you're taking, right, guys? Whether it's freaking taking aspirin all day, that could ruin your life too, right? Could ruin your liver. Sylvia, good to see you. Says hi. Sorry if I'm late. Hopefully everyone is doing well. I remember you found the show last Wednesday, Sylvia. Good to see you. Hopefully, typically fentanyl and propofol for colonoscopies, but everyone is different. All right. Thank you for that information. Rachel, is that the white liquid in the syringe? Question mark. Lo-Fi says, what's up, everybody? 2 weeks Kratom free here. Oh boy. So Lo-Fi just jumped off 2 weeks Kratom, been off Kratom 2 weeks. How are you feeling? GM says, yes, I had an endoscopy and a colonoscopy on subs and recently on Sublocade. So, okay, so GM says no issues at all. They didn't use morphine to put me out. That just reminds me, Ethan. So Ethan says, I think you should have to be at least 21 to buy Kratom, not 18 though, that's for sure. So in Utah, they recently made it mandatory for everybody who buys tobacco, Kratom, anything like that. It's all 21 years old now here in Utah. So I don't know, I don't know what it is where you guys are at, but everybody, you have to be at least 21 years old in Utah to buy even Kratom now. So they're definitely taking it more serious here in Utah as well. Shout out to Anastasia for the $10 super chat, baby. Ooh, baby. Whoa, I heard something else come in here. Hold on a sec, guys, here. Shout out to you, Anastasia. I really appreciate that super chat, baby. I don't think she said nothing. Nope, didn't say nothing. It just says thank you. Thank you, Anastasia, and it's good to see you back in here. Kingdom Within, where you at, buddy? I don't see you in the chat. Kingdom Within to send a $10 cash app, baby. Ooh, baby. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that support. If you could give us an update on your Kratom too, Kingdom, if you're in here. Yep, there you are. Glad to see you live again, brother. I love you, man. Love you too, buddy. Thank you. Thank you for that support. We were just talking about Kratom. I don't know how long you've been in here, Kingdom, but we were just kind of talking about Kratom. And I know that you have experience with Kratom, so I was hoping that you could have seen what we just talked about. But so they're basically going to be trying to ban Kratom in Mississippi now. I guess it's being a pretty big problem with in their local community out there. Do you talk to a lot of people on your channel, Kingdom, that have like pretty significant issues with Kratom, or you don't really talk about that much on your channel? Woo, my voice is getting froggy, guys. 25 people in here today. Don't forget to hit that like button if you could. Please hit that like button, guys. I'm going to check and see how many likes we've got on this video. And if you haven't yet subscribed, obviously, do that. All right, guys. So we have a total of 12 likes. We got to be able to get that over 20. Way over 20. We've got 25 people in here, guys. Just reach down and smash that button real quick. Let's watch that puppy go up. I know we can get that way over 20, guys, with how many people we have in here. Please hit that like button, guys, if you haven't done that yet. We need to bring more attention to the channel, and the way that happens is through hitting that like button. All right, let me get back to some comments here. Okay, let's see. So Anastasia says, thanks. I guess I'm afraid I'll be in a lot of pain if the anesthesia is blocked for my subs. No, Anastasia. So maybe I guess I didn't. Let me clarify on that. So when they give you the pain meds, it's still going to block the pain, right? It'll still tell your body that you're not experiencing pain. You're just not going to get the giddy happiness that comes with the normal pain meds, right? Hopefully that makes sense. So it will still take care of the pain if you have it. You're just not going to be all happy and giddy like you usually would if you didn't have Suboxone in your system. So don't worry about the pain. You'll be good to go. Oh, okay. Sweet and Salty says, I am new. I found you from Dr. Park. That's awesome. Yes, Dr. Chris Park is a good friend of mine. Quick side note, did you guys see that Dr. Chris Park just released another book? Freaking awesome. I posted a link to his new book on my channel like last week. So if you guys haven't seen that link, go to my community tab when this video is over, and you'll see the link that I just posted. and it's for addicts as well. So please check into that if you guys are interested. I'm confident that it's going to be a great book. I just haven't had time to read it yet. I'm not a big book guy, but I actually am interested in reading his book though. Anastasia, they can give you something else if you're in pain. They do Toradol or Dilaudid. That's what they did for me in the past. Okay. So yeah, I think she'll be okay either way. I want Sublocade, but I can't get anyone here in LA to give it / fill it. So wait, Sweet and Salty, are you on Suboxone then right now, or what's your situation, if you could share that? It seems like people out there in like the country have a harder time getting on Sublocade. I feel like the more like city populated an area is, the higher the chances that you'll be able to find a Sublocade doctor, because it seems like there are some people out in the country. I know, where's Nicole from? I'm trying to remember. She's somewhere out there as well in the country, and she's not able to find a doctor that can give her the dose that she needs. I know the Sublocade is definitely growing. Like it's only a matter of time before it gets to all of the local areas out there, guys. So a lot more doctors are starting to use it in my area as well. John says, I was clean for 9 years. I started taking Kratom to help with pain. After a couple years of heavy Kratom use, I had a heart attack. Did you guys see what John just said? Thank you, John, for sharing that. So are you off the Kratom now then, John? And how is your health? How is your health now? So John says he had a heart attack after a couple of years of heavy Kratom use. It's also known that heavy Kratom use can definitely negatively affect your liver, right, guys? So if you guys are taking a lot of Kratom, please have a CBC blood test done to make sure that your liver is okay. It's very cheap and easy to have a blood test done, guys. Just a CBC test. Any of your doctors can do it, and it can tell you a lot about your body. So please check your blood levels. Make sure that your organs are functioning as they should be. I wanted to do a video about subs and surgeries / childbirth, but I am nervous. So wait, you have a channel then? I didn't know that. Is this your channel's name, Sweet and Salty? Please let me know so I can check out your channel. For a side note, guys, if you guys are in here and you have a channel, please let me know. I'd love, especially if it's talking about anything that we're talking about here, I would definitely love to come check out your channels. And I recommend that if you guys are struggling with addiction, if you're able to make a channel, it will help you, and it will help many others as well, guys. It's like, we struggle so much with our addiction. We might as well help other people out there find better ways to sobriety, right, guys? Learn from our mistakes so that others don't have to in the future. As you guys know, I say this all the time. The #1 goal of this channel is not for people to rush off Suboxone and be clean from Suboxone. The #1 goal of this channel is to make sure that you do not relapse and go buying fake fentanyl pills off the street. That is the #1 goal of this channel. If you need to stay on Sublocade, if you need to stay on Kratom, if you need to stay on Suboxone, stay on it. Do not relapse, guys, because people are dying instantly going back to the streets buying fentanyl pills that look like Roxy 30s. They're all fake pills these days, guys. So the #1 goal of this channel for the 1 millionth time, do not relapse, okay, guys? Take your time finding your way back to sobriety. Do not rush off Suboxone just because you want to be clean. It takes some time for our brain to rewire, guys. Make sure that you get rid of your old drug dealer friends. Block their numbers. Block them on social media, right? Move away if you have to. This is serious life and death situations that we're talking about here. You're one overdose pill away from dying, right? I've been lucky enough to not have to buy pain pills from the streets since my addiction stopped in 2017, right? I was still able to get legit Roxy 30s, right? That's what I was addicted to for 15 years. Nowadays, I would not dare to be an addict buying these pills off the streets. With seeing how many fentanyl pills are out there, like it would kill me instantly. I know that it would. So I would not dare to relapse. Prototype says so ridiculous about Kratom. Don't tread on me. Hey, baby. Good to see you. Don't tread on me. John, I hope you are healthy now. John, glad you're still living. Yes, absolutely. So David, good to see you. David says, I'm on 4 milligrams of subs. Should I switch to Sublocade? ? What is Kratom? ? That's a loaded question right there, David, if you're still here. I would definitely stay away from Kratom if I was you in your situation. If you're on 4 milligrams of Suboxone, should you switch to Sublocade? I know a lot of people are switching from right around that dose to like 100 milligram, maybe 150 milligram shot of Sublocade. Some might even start on a 300 milligram shot of Sublocade, but you're kind of right there in the zone where it's like you're in between the 100 and the 300 milligram. I would say depends on how long you've tried to taper off Suboxone, right? And do you want to get off Suboxone? Do you like taking your medication every day, or would you like to just take 1 shot per month and just be done with it? There's a lot of things that come into play. When is your insurance going to cover Sublocade? That's a huge one, right? Because it's a very expensive medication. So there's kind of a lot of things that come with that question that you said, David. If you don't know what Kratom is, I wouldn't even worry about it. I wouldn't even think about it. I wouldn't touch it if I was you. But in short form, Kratom is this drug or substance, whatever you want to call it, right? It's an earth-grown substance, let's just call it that, that they sell in gas stations. That it mimics the opioids. It hits on your opiate receptors just like painkillers do, but it's not an opioid, right? But it's kind of hard to explain for somebody that has no idea what Kratom is. I'm really surprised that you're on Suboxone and you've never heard of Kratom. That's kind of trippy to think that, because it seems like most people kind of know about both of them, right? Damn, 31 people in here, guys. That's a record. Woo-wee! Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Come on now. I know we got to have that over 25 likes by now. I got to check on that. We got too many people in here. Keep the comments coming, guys. I will respond to your comments, okay? As long as you are hitting that like button. All right, guys. I know we got to get this over 20 likes by now, right? We have 19 likes, guys. Come on, hit that baby. Hit that baby. Wow, I can't believe we've gone from having 5 to 10 people on the chats to having 30 in 1 week. What happened there? All right. All drugs should be legal. Government should have zero say as to what people decide to put in their own bodies, period. That's a very interesting comment, JW. Thank you for the comment. I can't really say what I think of that comment. Oh, that's an interesting comment. Sonny says, well said. GM, the doctors had to look up Sublocade, but the anesthesiologist knew what it was and had no concerns. Oh my gosh, Marky Rizzo's coming through with a $5 cash app, baby. He said it, guys, not me. Remember, I didn't say that. He says, for blowing up, baby. Thank you, Marky Rizzo. I appreciate the love, my friend. I really do appreciate that, brother. And I was talking to Deb earlier. I don't think you were here at the time, but there's some kind of new power that you guys have as moderators. I don't know if you guys notice anything different, or if it's something like a setting that I have to turn on for you guys, but it's saying that you guys have some extra powers now. So let me know if you guys notice anything different for my moderators in here. If it just looks like it always does, let me know that too, please. Us drug addicts ruin our own lives. Deb says it's true. Yeah, at the end of the day, we're the ones that are putting this stuff under, in our tongue, in our mouth, whatever, however we're taking our medications or drugs. So John says, I'm doing good now. After the heart attack, I relapsed on H, but I found my way to Sublocade pretty fast. Wow. Thanks to you guys in this channel. Dude, John, that's awesome, man. I don't know if I've seen your comments before. Do you just not comment? So, wow, it sounds like John's been from Kratom to H and now to Sublocade, guys. So how are you feeling on Sublocade, John? Can you give us, the people who are considering Sublocade, an update on like maybe how long you've been on it, what doses you've taken? Are you having any issues with Sublocade? Congratulations, man, to go from heavy doses of Kratom to H to Sublocade and doing good now. That's awesome, and I'm really glad to hear that. And he says, thanks to you guys in this channel. I love that. This community is all about helping each other, guys. Thank you, John, for letting us know that. I'm glad you're still here with us to share that story. Are you planning, John, on just staying on Sublocade, or are you thinking about coming off someday? Ethan says, oh, no, I think those people have other problems in their lives and are blaming on Kratom. It's just hard to believe, if you're an adult with maturity, that Kratom will ruin your life. It's not that strong. That's very interesting, Ethan. Very interesting, buddy. Kit says, that's cool. I'd never seen that before. So it doesn't sound like Ethan has much of an addiction, like brain chemistry with Kratom, because he can't see how it's an issue for some people. Honestly, I've never gone off the deep end with it either, thanks to Rock and Roberta giving me all the warnings that I needed. Siobhan, hey, how you doing, girl? Good to see you in here. But yeah, like I said though, Ethan, I know you've seen the comments about people talking about how Kratom has ruined their lives on this channel. So as I've said, guys, just use the stuff with be responsible with whatever you're taking, whether it's Suboxone or Kratom or your prescribed Lortab, whatever it is. Just try to be responsible. I know sometimes it gets a little challenging to do, so that's why we end up in the Kratom pickle, they call it, right, or the Suboxone pickle. Anastasia says, you're welcome, Kev. Thanks for the support. Yeah, thanks for that super chat. I really appreciate that, Anastasia. And I know you've contributed in the past too, so I appreciate you coming back and also sharing your story as well. Thank you. David says, please explain what Kratom is. So you probably want to go back and watch the beginning parts of this live stream, David, when it gets over. I'm sure others have. You guys are welcome to explain what Kratom is to David if you haven't already. I know I'm kind of getting behind in the comments here, guys, so I'm going to try to get caught up. I will be a lifelong supporter of your channel. You better believe it, Kingdom Within says. I appreciate that, Kingdom. You know, I got the same thing over here, buddy. And side note, guys, if you guys haven't seen Kingdom Within's channel yet, Deb will probably post a link to his channel. If you have not yet seen that, please go check out his channel, guys. Quick side note too, he talks about a lot of religious stuff, truth-seeking stuff on his channel. So that's basically what his channel is mostly about. Okay, guys. Okay, so Ethan says, I don't think it can ruin or severely disrupt a minor like teenager life if they start Kratom because their brain is still developing. But anyways, what's up, Kev? Night. See you, brah. Haha. Good to see you, Ethan. It sounds like you're taking off. David says, shout out my 7 years clean today. Congratulations, David. 7 years. That's incredible, my friend. Congratulations to you. Sylvia says, so glad to hear that you're doing well with the Sublocade. I am considering it and my next appointment with my provider in a week to discuss it. Sending strength and support at Deb and Zach. Thank you, Sylvia. And please let us know how that talk goes with your doctor. Also, specifically, I'm always curious about the doses that you guys are on with Suboxone and what dose your doctor is wanting to switch you to onto Sublocade. That's always something I'm interested in hearing about, guys, because it's a pretty important thing to hear the transition dose, right? Some doctors like nail it out of the park, and some doctors kind of fumble on the doses, and they're like, they put somebody either way too low or way too high. And then that can make the transition that much harder, obviously, right? Banning drugs does absolutely nothing. The demand exists regardless. People should be able to decide what they put in their own bodies. Government should not have a say. Oh, I think I already read that. Kratom is a plant leaf. I think they quit using drug dogs. Oh, like to sniff out drugs here in New York? I'm trying to get caught up in the comments. Florida Man Dan is in the house. Good to see you, brother. Also, another good channel is Florida Man Dan's. If you guys haven't seen it, there's his channel, Fentanyl Anonymous. You know I got to support my people on here. Go check out his channel. He's got some awesome fentanyl stories if you guys would like to relate to the fentanyl lifestyle or can relate to the fentanyl lifestyle. My man Dan right here in the chat, Fentanyl Anonymous, okay? Shout out to him. His stories crack me up. Sucks about your team, buddy. Looks like both of our teams are out now. Damn it. Jeremy says, I'm near Auburn, Alabama, and it's hard to get Sublocade here. Yeah, there's been a lot of people kind of in that area of the country that have told me that it's kind of harder to get Sublocade. You guys are welcome to go onto the Sublocade website and do a search for your zip code and just check and make sure, because a lot of people have found there are more people than they thought near them by going to the Sublocade website and doing a search for providers near them. So if you guys haven't yet checked that, please check into that if you're interested in Sublocade. Sorry, I was behind. I got on a call. I've been on Suboxone or Subutex since 2012. I tried to get off 3 times but wasn't able to. So Rachel, you and I have a lot in common. I have also tried to get off of Suboxone. I think I jumped off 3 times. The first time, the first time was hard. Second time was hard, and the third time was hard, but I actually did it the third time. But I had tapered down to 1/4 milligram. I just didn't stay there for very long like I should have. Now that we know now, you need to stay down to that low dose for a while before jumping off, right? But so, okay, so I don't have a channel. I was too chicken shit. Okay, so are you tapered down right now, Rachel? Or like what dose are you on? Because I know that the way that they measure, yeah, if you could tell us what dose you're on. So you're considering going from Suboxone to Sublocade or Subutex? I've been through 2 pregnancies on subs, and there isn't much out there for moms or expecting moms. Yeah, I haven't seen anything like that. So it sounds like you would be a great person to create a channel. Okay, so you're on 6 milligrams every day. I want to go to Sublocade. Yes. Yeah, sounds like you're ready for that transition then. If you've actually really tried to get off several times in the past, you've been unsuccessful. So it sounds like your story is a lot like mine. Especially if you have the insurance that will pay for Sublocade, right? And remember, guys, that if your insurance will not pay for all of your Sublocade, go to the website I always talk about, www.insupport.com. more often than not, they will pay for the amount that your insurance will not pay for. Like they'll pick up the rest of the tab, basically. Okay, guys. So if you guys are looking into this resource that I'm telling you about and it's working, or even if it's not working, please drop me a comment on these videos and let me know. But more people than not, this has worked, and they've paid for every bit of the amount that the insurance wouldn't cover. So this is a huge resource that I'm telling you guys about. That could possibly save you guys thousands of dollars. And ironically, not a lot of people know about that. 26 people in here, guys. Please hit that like button if you haven't yet. Just smash it if you could. Thank you, Deb. I'm nervous but excited. I'm trying to get caught up in the comments, guys. I know how annoying it is when I'm this far behind. I'm sorry. Scrolling through the chat, saw that you were going through a tough time. Sending you love. You're an inspiration. Aw. Yeah, Deb has come so far, and she definitely is an inspiration. Absolutely. We love Deb here on this channel, guys. Christopher says, I am on day 4 off Suboxone detox. I was taking 4 milligrams a day, but between the lack of libido and just feeling numb made me say enough. Christopher, congratulations to day 4, my friend. Just a quick heads up, right now is about when it's going to maximize the withdrawal, so you're probably not feeling too hot right now, I would assume, right? Usually most people say day 4 through 10 is like the worst, so hang tough in there, Christopher, and shout out to you for jumping off cold turkey at 4 milligrams. That is very impressive, my friend. Please let us know how that goes for you, okay? And just a quick side note for you guys who are considering jumping off of pretty decent doses like Christopher just did. If you guys push yourself 4, 5, 6, 7 days and for whatever reason you just have to tap and give up, do not come back on at the dose that you were on. Cut that dose in half, right? At least in half. And your body will accept that new lower dose if you just can't take it anymore, right? If the withdrawal gets too hard after 4, 5, 6, 7 days, that's the perfect opportunity to cut your dose in half, or even less in some cases, right? If you go 10 days, let's say, you could now get back on at 1 milligram and your body would take that as the new normal, no problem. I can't tell you how many times I've done that in the past. Trying to jump off and then failing, but coming back on at a much lower dose. That's a really good way to speed up a taper, is by doing just that. I hit that button as soon as I arrived. Thank you, Sylvia. I appreciate that. I am struggling, but I'm not going to go back up in the dose like all the other times I tried. Yeah, Deb, I can relate to you. I've done the same thing. I can't tell you how many times I kicked butt with my taper, and then it just started getting too hard, and then my dose starts creeping back up, right? And then before you know it, you're kind of back up to where you started. And it's like, well, I just did all that work for nothing. Great. And that's a big reason of why I got on Sublocade, because, you know, I knew what happened the past 4 times I tried tapering off. It was very hard for me. Now we have more information as the years have gone by that we need to stay at the lower doses for quite a while before jumping off, right? Hit that, baby. What are you waiting for? Has anyone gone from methadone to Suboxone or Sublocade? That's a good question, Kit. I'll wait for others to. There have been a lot more people talking about doing just that recently. But as I believe I told you earlier, I think that I usually tell people to just stick with tapering whatever they're on. But if you've tried that several times and that's just not worked for you, that's probably when you could consider switching over, right? That's just my opinion, though. I'm not a doctor, and that's not medical advice, but that's just what I would do if I was in your shoes. Any updates with your situation, Sivan? I haven't heard from you for a little bit. Hope you're doing all right. Oh, I was talking about the super chat picture. I'd never seen that before. I don't think I have either. Quick side note, don't tread on me. You still in here? Oh, there's Mikey right there. We're just talking about you about an hour ago, Mikey. I seen your message. You just got approved for Sublocade, buddy. Good job. You finally figured that out, huh? Jeremy says, I've ran out of subs before my appointment and thought about getting Kratom and was scared to. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have used Kratom to fill the gap with their Suboxone and then just got back on their Suboxone when they got their refill. That's definitely something that would help fill the gap. Fentanyl Anonymous says, Kratom is green dope. Laugh out loud. See, everybody has such a wide variety of what they think about Kratom. Like some people think it's absolutely nothing to worry about, and some people say it ruins their lives. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you're using Kratom or if you're curious about Kratom, do your research and be careful. That's it. I think if you can use it responsibly and understand how to measure and keep track of your dose, then I think it could help a lot of people, right? But if you have that abusive mindset and you start to try to seek a high from Kratom, and if you experience that high from Kratom, that's when the warning bells should be going off in your brain that this could be addictive. How long were you on subs and did you taper, Christopher? I'm currently on 6 milligrams and I've been tapering, but I cannot seem to get any lower. Hence the hope I have for Sublocade. Deb posted a link to Kingdom Within's channel. Thank you, Deb. Siobhan says, Sylvia, I understand your frustration. And she says she's in the same boat as well. John says, I just had my second 300 milligram shot. I feel completely normal. Probably didn't need the whole 300, but I did it anyway. I plan on going to the 100 next time. I'm not going to stay on Sublocade for too long. So, okay, so John, my question for you then is, now that you've got the second 300 milligram shot, is your constipation really bad? I'm very curious about your constipation. I know that's kind of TMI, but it's an important detail for people to understand and to think about. Like, and also, what about like your? It's kind of hard not to talk about TMI stuff here. I didn't taper. I've tried taking less than 4 milligrams and it made me feel shitty. So I said, if I'm going to deal with it, I might as well do it. Yeah, some people just have to jump at whatever they're at. It's good, just what comes with being a sports fan. Yep, next year we'll have a better year, hopefully. I'm trying to get caught up in the comments, guys. Christopher, YouTube blocks the comments with cuss words. That's weird, Deb. It didn't block Christopher's comment. It hasn't blocked anybody's comment yet today. But I see what you're talking about, how he said shitty. I think maybe YouTube is just kind of sometimes it's like very picky and maybe sometimes it's not. I don't know. That's weird that I didn't block that comment though. There's no edit for us to change that. All right, Deb, I'll kind of look into that and see if I can figure out if there's like different options for that or what. Has anyone ever tried Lucimira? Is that the stuff that's for constipation? I think I've heard somebody talk about that before. Constipation is definitely an issue, but sex drive is doing. So John knew what I was talking about. Okay, so good to know. So yeah, I have heard people say that after they've got the second shot that their constipation did get worse. So, but as the month wears on, as the weeks go on, that will start to improve. I definitely have noticed that for sure. Even with the 100 milligram shots, it's like constipation kind of becomes an issue for like the first week or two. And then as the month wears on. Now, John, I don't know if you've heard me talk about it before, but I'm putting time between my doses now. And that might be something that you might consider going forward if that 300, because that your 300 shots should last you many, many months, right? Just because they schedule you to do it every month doesn't mean you necessarily need it or that it runs out. So I would just say to you, John, that if you're still struggling with constipation, like 3 weeks from now, you might call your doctor and say, hey, we need to push off this third shot for another few weeks, right? Because you don't want to get another shot if you're still being constipated. It's kind of like, that's how I look at it, right? Because I hate constipation with this stuff. You can try to navigate it with stool softeners, or I think somebody just mentioned Lucimira. I know there's a bunch of different things that people can try for constipation. Just try to keep up on your constipation, like get it figured out as soon as you can, if possible. Or some people can go on a liquid diet for a few days until they get stuff cleared out, right? I just know how scary it was for me when I didn't go to the bathroom for like almost a week when I was on really high doses of Suboxone back in the day. That's very scary stuff. I don't like it. Maybe it doesn't bug you guys as bad as it bugged me, but I have to eat a lot of food to maintain my weight. So it's like I need to get stuff out. What was the website again? The website was www.insupport, just like it sounds, insupport.com. That's for the Sublocade payment assistance. After you talk to your insurance and find out if they will not cover it all. Bottom line is this: if you have an addictive personality, please stay away from Kratom, especially if you used to be on opiates. That's a key part right there for me too. People will say something isn't bad, but don't realize no one forced them. I love that what Kingdom said just a minute ago, guys. If you've had an opiate addiction in the past, chances are that you will likely start to abuse the Kratom, because many people know that it can get you an opiate-like buzz, right? If you take enough of it, if you take the shots, the Kratom shooters, whatever they're called. So that's why I try to just give people enough warning about it. Just be really careful if you decide to try Kratom. That's really all I can do. Like, I never went off the deep end with it because other people warned me, right, in advance. So that's all I can do for you guys, is try to warn you in advance as well. Christopher says, no way I'm going back on subs. I got off of 4 milligrams in 2017, but I went back on in 2021 thinking it would be different this time. I feel you, my friend. I feel you. Yes, that's a good question. What made you want to get back on, Christopher? I like that question. I've been struggling to get any lower than 6 for a while now, and back and forth is driving me nuts. My doctor brought up Sublocade. I'm hoping we can both get to where we want to be. Yeah, you'll get there, Sylvia. You're on the right path. Good to see you, Mikey. All right, I'm only 5 minutes behind now, guys. I'm getting caught up slowly. I think we have like the perfect amount of comments here today. So if you have comments, if you have questions, keep the conversation going, and I will get to your comment in just a moment. And don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't yet. We got to have that baby over 25 by now. I got down to 2 at one point, and well, you know, what state are you in, Sylvia? Got approved, Big Kev, for in support. I cannot mid-February to get the shot. So see, I told Mikey about in support, and he got approved for it. So just saved Mikey a bunch of money right there just from getting approved on in support. So good job, Mikey. Let us know when you get the shot and how your transition goes, buddy. I think Mikey is going to start on the 100 milligram shot, if I can remember. Christopher, I started taking Kratom about 2 years after getting off of subs, and then convinced myself, well, maybe getting back on Suboxone would be better than Kratom. Our minds will convince us of anything. That is true, Christopher, for sure. Especially when our brains are in that negative feeling, right? We're trying to find a way to feel happy again. I went from methadone to Suboxone on the advice of my doctor. Looking back, I wish I had gone against this advice and just finished the methadone taper. How was your methadone taper going, Sylvia? Like, were you constantly making progress, or was it kind of the same situation with your Suboxone? Like, you started going down and then it had to go back up again? I mean, all things being said, at least you're on Suboxone now instead of methadone, right? Like, if I had to choose one of the two to be on, it would definitely be Suboxone, not methadone. So at least you've already made the transition to Suboxone. There's one way to look at it. I was never on methadone, but I was on pain meds after a bad car accident. I stayed off for 3 days before I got on Suboxone, and I wish I wouldn't have ever done that. Stayed off for 3 days before. It just limits my life. Okay, so Christopher, if you could tell us what exactly Suboxone does that affects you so negatively. Because it sounds like you're having maybe a lot of side effects, or like how is it limiting you so much? Jeremy says, I'm still here. He's ghost listening. If I want to switch, Kevin Starr hasn't gotten back to me yet. Oh, Ken Starr, you mean? Hasn't gotten back to me yet, but I will call today. I'm just concerned about if my dreams will be weird and constipation worse. I wouldn't worry about the dreams, Savon. I think that's just something I personally have going on within me. I've had those the nightmare issues have happened to me periodically for like the last 10 years. So I wouldn't let my nightmare video scare you. I definitely don't think that has anything to do with just switching over to Sublocade. I definitely don't think that that's related to that. The constipation being worse, if he gets you on the right dose, which I'm pretty sure he would, then I don't think that your constipation would get worse. If it did, it would maybe be for a week or so. But didn't you say, Sivan, that there's something that you found recently that you can take for constipation? So if you have tools in your belt to help with constipation, then definitely use them. Nervous about feeling that first shot. I don't want to feel high or throw up. You're not going to throw up. Feeling high, that's only if the doctor goes way too high with your shot, I would think. And if you do feel your Sublocade shot, it's only going to be that first day, right? I don't think I've ever heard anybody throw up from Sublocade. Some people do feel high the first day or two, but most people just feel pretty normal, honestly. There is no TMI, in my opinion. Laugh out loud. I want to know the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, that's how I am. I want to know about every little detail about this stuff. It took forever, but I talked to 2 people on in support, customer support. Wow, it was amazing. They helped me through the process. Insurance wouldn't coverage. Hey, Kev, would you do 2? I'm thinking doing 1. So you're talking about doing 1 Sublocade shot, Mikey? Oh, so you can approve the comments now, Deb. Has it always been that way? Okay. Okay, so that makes me feel better that I didn't know that you guys could approve the comments. Okay. Thanks for letting me know that. Have you always been able to approve the comments and you just let me manually do them in the past, Deb, or how has that gone in the past? Constipation from Sublocade is what y'all are talking about. Yes, that's what we're talking about. I'm immensely grateful to be here. I felt pretty alone in all of this, but now I know that we all have each other to relate to and support to. Yes, and bounce ideas off each other, right? And share our experiences so that others can know what to expect going forward. Because I've searched high and low on YouTube, and I can promise you there's not a channel on YouTube that talks about Sublocade like I do here, guys. So there are a few other Suboxone specific channels, but as far as Suboxone and Sublocade and Kratom, I don't think you're going to find anyone who deep dives into it as much as we do here. And I want to be that guy going forward for Sublocade, right? Because I believe that that's the future for most people to get off of Suboxone. Or maybe I'm wrong and there's some horrible withdrawal that I don't know about. But everything that I've researched says that that's not supposed to happen. So the time will be coming in the near future, though, either way. And you guys know I'm going to keep it real with you either way. Either way, this has been an awesome experience to be on Sublocade. It's been nice not to have to think about dosing every day. I mean, I haven't taken a Suboxone dose for what, 4 or 5 months now. It's nice not to have to think about my dose all day. Now, I know you guys are not all OCD like I am. Like, I was watching the clock all day long when I was on Suboxone. When's my second dose? Where's my first dose? Okay, now my first dose is kicking in an hour and a half. Like, set my stopwatch. Like, just crazy. That stuff just had my brain wrapped around. And I know that not everybody is as OCD as I am when it comes to taking Suboxone all day. Sivan says, I've been doing Colonix. I hate this stuff. I don't know what that is, Sivan. If you could give me more information on that. Did you spell that wrong? What's Colonix? And what is it doing? It's nice to know that I'm not alone. I don't know anyone else that takes it. Yeah, that's kind of how I was too in my personal life. Like, nobody really understood what I was going through when I was on this medication. It's like you can't talk to your friends and family. They have no idea what we're talking about, right? But here, everybody on this channel, we all understand this lifestyle and how to navigate the side effects as best we can, and like what to expect. And it's just like you start to feel like the missing piece starts to kind of come into it. It starts to bring everything together when you understand other people out there are struggling with the depersonalization stuff, right? And not wanting to be around anybody, especially if you don't have your Suboxone for the day. It's just like there's a lot of anxiety that's built around this stuff. All the sexual side effects, the constipation, like low testosterone. There's just so many different things that come into play when talking about this medication. Mikey says, I'm thinking about only getting one 100 milligram shot. I would say try that, Mikey. And he gave me 5 refills. 5 refills for what? You could definitely try taking 1 shot, Mikey. I would consider definitely having a second as a backup option, or just knowing that you can get a second shot if need be. That'll take a lot of the anxiety out of the situation. That way you're not just like spooking yourself out, right? But there are studies out there, and you guys can do Google research on this, that some people are taking 1 Sublocade shot and not ever going back for anything else. So it's definitely possible to do that, according to the Google search that I read, a study that I read. Smart move with the Sublocade. I like that. It's like a taper on a taper, spreading out your doses. Yes, absolutely, Zach. Yeah, so as you guys have heard me say in the past, once you're on Sublocade, you're basically on autopilot, right? It takes many months, even just for one shot, to fully wear out of your system because of the long half-life of 45 to 60 days. So how I'm doing it and spreading out my lower doses of 100 milligrams, I'm spreading it out. As you guys know, every shot that I've taken has been spaced out further and further. So all this is doing is just smoothing out the long taper that much more, right? I could have been going in every month and getting a shot. And that's just going to keep building my levels higher and higher if I go in every month. Because the half-life can't outdo 1 month, right? If you're going in every 30 days for a shot, then your buprenorphine levels are going to start climbing because of the half-life of the medication. So keep that in mind, guys. This is definitely stuff that your doctor, most doctors, I don't want to say most, many doctors will not even understand what I'm talking about. I have seen some doctors say some incredibly incorrect stuff when it comes to the amount of medication that is put into your system every day through Sublocade. I don't remember. I shared it on the community tab. Somebody's doctor was so far off. So just remember, guys, that not all doctors are going to deep dive into this stuff like we're doing here on this channel, and that's okay. I wouldn't expect them to. They have a million other patients with a million other medications that they're trying to get figured out, right? They don't have time to sit here and talk about all the stuff that we're talking about. So I hate feeling like I have to hide it. Being here has helped a lot. We have nothing at all to be ashamed of. Exactly, I agree. I'm glad that you guys are finding so much comfort in this channel. And just remember, guys, that if there's ever somebody that comes in here talking crap to any one of you, that they'll instantly be blocked, and that I will not tolerate any of you guys in the comment section being rude to anybody that's here, sharing their stories. Like, I got your guys' back, so please don't ever worry about, you know, somebody's going to be talking crap to you in the comments on the replay or anything like that. I will never allow that to happen. So you guys are safe sharing your stories here. All right, guys? Mikey says, all I wish it helps with the pain, the shot. Yeah, Mikey, you'll have to let us know, buddy. Is your Suboxone helping with the pain right now, Mikey? Because remember that the same medication in the Sublocade shot is the same medication that's in Suboxone. So if it's helping you with what you're taking now, then it should definitely help you when you're taking the Sublocade shot. I'm taking over 200 milligrams a day of Oxy and 20 milligrams of Valium for severe chronic pain. I tried to come off my meds a few times. It was horrible. People suffering chronic pain shouldn't fear taking JOS? What's JOS? I think I remember seeing your pain or your what's JOS? Global. I think what Global is saying that people who suffer with chronic pain shouldn't be worried about like the addiction to medications. And I agree with you if that's what you're trying to say. This channel's in its infancy, that's all. It could be bigger than Ryan Donnelly. I think what Global was trying to say earlier is that if you guys are suffering with chronic pain, then don't like guilt yourself for being on a medication, because no human should have to suffer through chronic pain. And I agree with Global on that, if that's what he was trying to say, or she, or whoever it is. Yeah, if you guys should not have to suffer your way through the day. Take your pain medications as your doctor gives them. I'm mostly talking to people who struggle with getting addictions off the street and buying fentanyl to get high. That's my main issue on this channel. If you guys are struggling with chronic pain, then do whatever you need to do. Take whatever you need to take from your doctor, obviously, to not suffer all day. I don't want anybody to have to suffer through just because they feel like they're an addict because they don't want to struggle through their pain all day. That would suck. And if I was in that same situation, then I would definitely be taking prescribed pain medication from my doctor. I would not be sitting here worried about my addiction or dependence upon a pain medication just because I didn't want to suffer all day. Trust me, I will be taking my doctor's meds. Hey, Callie Love, good to see you. Siobhan says, I get nightmares worse from it, though. But yeah, but it stopped working. You get nightmares from what, Siobhan? I don't think I've seen. From the colonics? I don't understand what the colonics is yet. I guess I'm still lost about what you're. I don't even know what colonics is. Give me some more. If you could clarify, Siobhan, what you were talking about. My methadone taper was really smooth. I got so low and was doing pretty well, but my doctor said the subs would be like a bridge for a month or two. Then he would just never talk about getting off. How low did you get on your methadones, Sylvia? Yeah, if you got really low on your dose, then yeah, I would have just rather you tapered off for sure, rather than switch over to Suboxone. But remember too, guys, that I'm not your doctor and I don't know all your specifics of what stuff you were going through. So I'm just saying, generally speaking, if I was in that situation, that's what I would do. Yeah, Ryan Donnelly definitely was a legend. I agree with you. And he definitely always will be, for sure. But yes, definitely glad to be off of methadone. You said side note and asked if I was still here. Oh, what was I going to say to you? I forgot. Oh, I was going to ask you if you got into the car stuff we were talking about a while ago. Did you end up looking into that or thinking about doing that? Christopher says, zero libido. It keeps me in this numb space where I don't feel pleasure. I hate waking up and needing to take my dose to feel well, or if I fall asleep without my later dose, waking up in the middle of the night. Okay, so you feel like you're strapped to the clock, and I know exactly how that feels. And I too had libido issues, specifically anything above 2 milligrams is where I had issues. Another thing, Christopher, have you had your testosterone levels checked? Because I know a lot of guys struggle with low testosterone due to Suboxone or Kratom or opiates, right? This stuff all is known for killing our testosterone levels. So I'm not sure if you've looked into your testosterone levels yet, but if not, please check into that, because that can definitely have a horrible impact on your libido for sure if your testosterone is being pushed down by this stuff. And like I said, guys, earlier we were going to try to go for an hour, and here we are at an hour and 45 minutes. We'll probably try to wrap this up in the next like 15 minutes. Once we get to about 2 hours, we should shut it down. I don't want to stretch this out way too long like I have usually done. Okay, so Kev, we could always approve the comments. All right, that's good to know, Dev. I don't think I knew that you guys could do that. Don't get me wrong, subs are amazing if you're using and need to get your life together. Absolutely, I agree for sure. Yeah, I've said this before on many different videos. There comes a time in our Suboxone careers when it starts to turn on us, right? And then we feel like we don't need it anymore, or the side effects start piling up more, right? They weren't really there at first. At first, Suboxone felt like a godsend, and it saved our life, and it got us out of the daily addiction of buying illegal drugs off the street for most of us, right? So it saved our lives in that sense. But then it's like, okay, we've got some clean time now. We don't have our drug dealers on speed dial anymore. Probably time to start tapering off. And it's going to be different for everybody when that time comes. But usually somewhere in our soul, it will tell us when the time comes that we need to probably get off this medication. And it's up to us to listen to that, right? Our doctor can't see what's inside our soul. So our doctor is only going to know what we tell them, right? Probably spelled it wrong. So Savant says hydrotherapy. Yeah, I don't know what that is either. Colon hydrotherapy. Yeah, I'm definitely lost now, Savant. Sorry, chick. It works, but it's annoying. Have to always figure out a way to poo. Oh my gosh, it scared the heck out of me, guys. Hold on a sec. That was loud. It sounds like Deb Woods just sent a $20 cash app. Baby. Deb says, thank you for having the live stream today. Thank you, Deb, for the $20 cash app. Once again, you are the contributor of the week with that $20 cash app. So thank you, and I appreciate the constant love and support from you, Deb. You are always cherished, my dear. Shout out to Deb for the $20 cash app. Baby. Deb Woods, yeah, baby. I feel every time I say that word, I think of the person who made that long and in-depth comment about the poll that I made about that word. Sorry, I can't please everybody. I truly appreciate you, Kev. I truly appreciate you, Deb. I really do. And I really appreciate you sharing your story and your updates with us. And I know that you're probably frustrated some days that you're still having the RLS at your dose, but keep hanging in there, chick. We know how tough you are, and you're going to get through this soon, okay? So we look forward to the day that we can all say, you did it. And you're going to keep staying here and letting us all know how you are going forward as well, right? You've already promised me that. I was worried that once Deb gets off Suboxone, she's going to disappear from the channel. So she said she's going to stick around. Speaking of people disappearing, have you guys heard or has anybody seen anything from Reed? I haven't heard. I put a comment on his channel like a week or two ago asking if he could make an update video, but I haven't heard from him since or seen anything since. If you guys have seen something, let me know. Dang, we're talking about building tiny houses up in the woods, guys. What, you got the hookup on that, Rachel? Cowboy says, I'm on 2 8-milligram films a day for the last 5 years. Does the Sublocade release the same doses daily? So that, my friend, is what I was just talking about, how a doctor once pretty much told his patient that that's what it did. And no, that's not what it does. But I don't want to confuse you. So if you're on, I would just, to keep it simple, Cowboy, if you've tried tapering off Suboxone, if you've been unsuccessful and you don't want to go through the long, slow taper of 1 to 2 years, and you have the insurance that is willing to pay for Sublocade, you're going to want to go right to the 300 milligram Sublocade shot. And what happens when you transfer from Suboxone to Sublocade is you no longer feel it kick in how you do now once you have the oral Suboxone kick in, right? Some people get energized from their dose every day. Some people get happy feelings from their dose. Some people get tired and relaxed. It's different for all of us. But one thing that's not different is when you go from Suboxone orally to the Sublocade shot, It's the same for everybody. Everybody feels normal all day. You no longer have the highs and the lows that you have when you're on Suboxone orally, okay? So you have to be ready to give up whatever feeling that you get when your oral Suboxone kicks in every day. If you're not ready to feel normal, then Sublocade is likely not for you, okay? If you're sick and tired of doing this every day, and you're sick and tired of the ups and the downs throughout the day, then Sublocade is definitely something you might want to consider. And also, if your insurance covers Sublocade, that's also a huge thing, because as we know, it's very expensive medication. So it's just some things to consider, Cowboy. Hopefully that helps you out, my friend. But there is this weird misconception that some doctors think that you take the 300 milligram shot and then it just gives you 10 milligrams magically every single day for 30 days and then it's just gone. And that's not how it works. But you don't need to worry about that. All you need to worry about is the fact that you will be okay going from 2 8 milligram Suboxone daily strips to the 300 milligram Sublocade shot. There's a lot of different things that come into play, like the half-life is much longer and much different between the two, and also the bioavailability. I did make a really detailed video comparing the two that might help you better understand what I'm talking about right now. If the words I just mentioned sound like jumbo mumbo, you can look up the video that I made probably, I don't know, 3 months now, 4 months ago. You can go through my videos. It's called something like Suboxone versus Sublocade, half-life, and bioavailability differences. It's something like that. You guys will see it if you skim through my videos, if you want to know more about what I'm talking about. But to keep it simple, yeah, you could just go right to the 300 milligram shot and just cruise out from there. Maybe get a few shots and then just coast out from there. Your channel goes to show, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take that as bye. All right. Sorry, I took care of somebody that was kind of being rude. Bye, Felicia. Okay, let's get back to some comments here. Sylvia, check out Aroostook County in Maine, Zillow. You can buy a home with acreage for way less in Mass or New Hampshire. No, Marky, I think I know what he was getting at. He's mad because I was talking about, I know exactly what he's mad about. He's mad because he has constant pain, and I don't like phrase everything for people who are on who have chronic pain. Even though I just tried to kind of talk about it a little bit ago, I understand that sucks that that person obviously has chronic pain, but I know what he's mad about. Troll alert! Yes, I took care of it. I found this channel when I was going through withdrawals. Jeremy says prices are ridiculous. I love the area you were in. Have you guys seen that the house prices are starting to go down? At least in Utah, they're literally down. Like, I looked at my old house; it was literally like 15%. Who's Ryan Donnelly? You don't know who Ryan Donnelly is? Don't tread. You got to do some search, brother. So Ryan Donnelly's basically the godfather of helping people find their way out of opiate addiction here on YouTube. He was around. He passed away about 5 years ago now. I made a video. It's like a RIP Ryan Donnelly, but he was literally like the first dude on YouTube talking about basically the stuff that we're talking about. But he wasn't really talking about Suboxone and Sublocade. He was talking about just how to get off of opiate addiction. But dude, you should go check out his channel. He still has a channel on YouTube, but he passed away like 5 years ago. I've made a couple of videos just shouting him out. But yeah, he helped a ton of people. His channel is awesome too. He had a lot of really good videos and ideas, and he was literally like the first person ever on YouTube that I've ever seen helping people get off of opiates. If you don't like it, leave. Yeah, that I've seen that global person had made a really rude comment on one of my other videos, so I kind of was waiting for that to happen. So I'm not surprised by that person's comments here today. What's wound socket, Sylvia? Right on the border. So are you guys all close to each other up there? Wound socket Rockets? I have no idea what that is. Is that a basketball team or something? The hotel was haunted AF. What? Sylvia, you were down to 9 milligrams of methadone? Yeah, you were really low. That's lower than anybody else I've heard on this channel. Hey, from Chi-Town. Hey, Jill, how are you? Oh, Jill, I seen your comments recently. I think, yeah, I know who you are, Jill. Good to see you. Hey, Jill. Oh, whoops. It sounds like Global apologized. I didn't see what he apologized for. As soon as I seen like 2 or 3 rude comments, I wasn't having that. So, RIP Global, you out. What did he say? I didn't see the apology. Or it sounds like he said something about being sorry or something. See, that's what sucks about me getting so far behind in the comments, guys. Should have just gone with my gut feeling in regards and finishing the methadone taper. But I was scared, so the doctor said subs would make it much easier to come off. No regrets. So yeah, I mean, it all ended up, you're here for a reason, right? You're here in this community now. Maybe if you would have gotten off, you wouldn't have ever had the pleasure of meeting these fine people in the comments section here. Sounds like you guys are all making friends with each other, so I love seeing that stuff in the comments, guys. I'm definitely looking into it, brother. Yeah, if you have any questions about that kind of stuff, don't tread on me. Feel free to reach out, buddy. Side note, I've seen a few of your comments on my other channel, so I usually don't really respond to older comments on that channel, but I've just not been feeling good lately, so I haven't really been very active on YouTube. So my bad if I haven't been responding to a lot of comments lately, guys. I almost wasn't going to do today's show because my arm is killing me. I have to go cook, but I appreciate everything and everyone. I'll be listening. Thanks, guys. All right. Well, thanks for finding the channel, and keep us updated on your situation going forward. I know you said you were considering Sublocade, so let us know what happens. Let us know what happens with you, Sweet and Salty. Hold on a sec, guys. I'm trying to read some. Oh. All right. Sorry, I was looking at that stuff. All right. We're going to wrap up here in the next few minutes, guys. I'm going to try to get caught up in the comments here. I'm pretty sure I got pretty much caught up. I haven't heard from Reed. I suspect he met a woman if he is not updating us. That could be true. That could definitely be true. Finally can join the chat. Done running kids everywhere. Laugh out loud, Zach says. Let's see. Dan says 8 months clean today off of fent. Good job, Dan. You're killing it, man. Dan's down to like 2 milligrams of Suboxone, guys. I really thought that was incredible how he didn't go jumping on like huge doses of fentanyl or Suboxone when he got off fentanyl, right? Because Obviously, with fentanyl, you have a really high tolerance, but he didn't go jumping on like 24 milligrams of Suboxone. I think he started at like 8 milligrams, which that sounds very low for somebody with tolerance of being on fentanyl, right, guys? So that's really awesome that he didn't go off the deep end with Suboxone. Zach kicks butt compared to me, but it's okay. It's not a race. No, Deb, it's definitely not a race. And we'll all be here for each other down the road anyway, right? Let's see here. We'll be on the other side of this in the boonies. Good to see you, 510. What's up, bro? I'm so ready to feel normal. I'm paying for all this pushing lately. Ouch. I think we are going to feel it lift soon. Yeah, you guys have to be close. You guys both have to be really close to like, you're close to like nothing pretty much, right? My doctor talking to me about the 300 milligram shot, I declined, but he put me on 2 milligram Suboxone strip for daily maintenance. But my goal is to get off Suboxone altogether. So how long have you been on Suboxone then, 510? Yeah, I mean, there's a major difference between somebody taking the 300 milligram shot and 200 milligram or 2 milligrams of Suboxone. That's a very big difference. Are you steady on 2 milligrams of Suboxone 510? Because if you are, then you would probably do much better with a 100 milligram shot of Sublocade. If that's in the cards for you. Some doctors aren't willing to go off label like that. 2 milligram strips are so much easier to cut for tapering. That is a fact for sure. A little drama for one day. Yeah, I think I cursed myself recently and said we haven't had any trolls for a while. That was easily fixable. I probably should have taken care of that person in a comment that I've seen recently on one of my replay videos. But I let it slide. Dang, you guys are all from the same damn area? What? That's crazy. Let's hear about this haunted hotel, Rachel. What the heck? I think I must have hit some wrong messages or block messages here. If Kev will drop a link next live, I'll come up and tell y'all about it. Don't tread on me. Yes, I'll definitely do that. So we're not going to do a Sunday night live stream, obviously, this week because the final playoff games. So probably going forward, we'll probably figure out. Somebody said something about maybe doing a Saturday. I don't know, guys. I think I would rather do a Sunday night or a Sunday live stream, but maybe we'll start doing it a little bit earlier so you folks over on the East Coast, because it seems like there's a lot of you over there. So maybe I'll start trying to do it earlier on Sundays going forward so you guys can hop on too and chat if you want to. Yeah, I did. I hit Marky Rizzo's comment by mistake. Div's laughing at me. I got this freaking phone so damn small. I got these big old freaking eagle claw hands. It's hard for me to like. So 4 years on Suboxone, I went from 8 milligrams daily to 2 milligrams. So are you feeling good on 2 milligrams, 510? Or is it pretty much a struggle for you right now? Marky's being auto-deleted? What? Did I mess something up, guys? I might have hit the wrong button. Marky Rizzo, can you still post? Hopefully he's still in here. Or Deb, can you fix that? Did I do something wrong? I hope I didn't block the wrong person here, guys. Marky Rizzo, can you still post in here, buddy? I was trying to like unblock one message and I might have blocked somebody else. I want to make sure we didn't block Marky on here. Ooh, that's a good question. Who's my pick this weekend? Woo, some good games this weekend. I'm going to go with Cincinnati's going to take out the Chiefs because I think Patrick Mahomes is his leg issue is going to be an issue. I can't fix it. You blocked Marky, so you have to fix it. All right. How did I do that? Let's see. I'm clicking on, okay. It's not letting me click on Marky's. Okay, there we go. I think I fixed it. Okay, he's back. He should be back. Sorry, Marky. Hopefully you can still hear us, buddy. Okay, so I think we're figuring this stuff out. Okay, sorry, buddy. They're like, you blocked Marky. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? So I think the Bengals are going to win the Chiefs because I think Mahomes' leg is not going to be 100%, and he's going to throw I bet he's going to throw a pick or two, which he usually doesn't do. And who else? Oh, that Eagles-Niners game. That's going to be a hard one. Oh, that's so hard. I think the star power of the 49ers is just too much. I think the Niners are going to win that game. Freaking, they have too many good players. It's like literally not fair. So I'm going to pick the 49ers and the Bengals. What about you guys? I kind of don't want the 49ers to win, though, because they're in my division, Seahawks. With the Seahawks, and 49ers and us are always going at it. It's a struggle, brother. I can't get off these. I got off twice and had real bad withdrawals. My doctor just wants me to stay on them, but I do want off. I'm going to taper off again soon. 510, you might want to ask your doctor if he would give you a 100 milligram shot. I mean, if you can taper off, though, just do that, right? But if not, don't take the 300 milligram shot, though. If you're good with 2 milligrams, I wouldn't take the 300 milligram shot. But if you know that you can taper and come off like you have in the past, The good thing about those of you who have gotten off and been off for a while is like you kind of know what to expect, right? You know how long it takes to start feeling normal again. I have noticed you seem to be football people over here. I'm a tennis person, and I'm losing my mind in this past week with the Australian Open. I don't even know what that is. Is that like the finals for tennis? Yeah, it's going to suck when football season's over. I'm going to freaking lose my mind. All right, guys and girls, I'm out. Keep crushing. Yeah, same here. I got to get off of here. We went over 2 hours again, guys. Thank you guys for, let's see, Sylvia, but Mahomes is cute as F. You think Mahomes is cute for real? So even with his ankle stuff, I suppose I would go with his team. Later, Mark. That's very interesting. I never thought he'd be a ladies' man. All right, I'll see you guys. Remember, we're not going to do a Sunday night stream this Sunday. Please, if you haven't hit that like button yet, guys, smash that like button on the way out. Marky Wrench, it is gone. Hold on, let me fix that real quick, guys. Hold on a sec. Oh, here's where I can change here's where I switch the settings, Dad. Let me switch yours too. So now I can switch you guys from a managing moderator to a standard moderator. Okay. Capabilities of standard. All right, so I'm giving you guys the big boy wrench now. Let's see, how do I do this for Deb? Remove as standard. Okay. Add as a moderator. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, you guys both have different magical powers now, so Use your powers wisely. You guys should have some kind of extra different things you can manage within the chat now, guys. So I put both of you on the same thing. Talk to you again, bro. Thanks again. Love your videos. Yeah, let us know how that 2 milligrams ends up working out for you. 5-10. Used to play tennis. I can't help it. I will definitely say Cincinnati and San Francisco, but if San Francisco plays specifically like they did last week, they might lose. Dude, either way, I think all these games are going to be really good. I'm damn excited for this weekend for sure. Good night, guys. Kingdom, hey, bro, when are you going to start memberships? Is that very hard to set up, Kingdom? I seen something on your channel about that recently. I thought you said something about it. I don't even know how to set that up. Is it hard to do that? Good night, John. Good. Thanks for chatting with us and sharing your story, buddy. I got the Sublocade shot and I feel horrible. Uh-oh, that's not good. It sucks, man. I was so hyped and swore this was going to be the best thing for me. What's going on with your I only have just a couple quick seconds here, but if you can tell us what's wrong, Prosper. What happened? What's going wrong? I would definitely join. Dude, that's awesome, man. And it's not hard, bro. Okay, I'll look into that. I'll have to look into that soon because I have had a few people ask me about that, and I've seen on your channel something. You made a comment about it or something. So I'll have to kind of look into that real quick here. It seems like the YouTube is changing some things recently, so I want magical powers in life. I got to get off of here, Prosper, but if you can, Prosper, please leave me a comment on the replay once I end this video, and I'll try to respond to your comment. I don't know what it is that's got you feeling horrible, but hang in there. If you just recently got the Sublocade shot, then usually some people, it can take, a week or so to level out on that, okay? Fatigue. My mood is low and I'm irritable. It's almost like I'm not getting enough medicine as I was when I was on the strips. But I got 200-300 shots in 2 weeks. What? That's a lot, man. What dose of Suboxone were you on? That sounds like you're getting way too much. The fatigue would definitely get me if I had 600 milligrams worth. Oh, man. I feel like you've got too much. Why did you get 200-300 shots? That's a lot, bud. That's a big amount. So do you feel better since you got the second 300 or worse? I've never heard anybody get a second 300 milligram shot in 2 weeks. It's how the clinic does it here. Holy moly. Wow. I will hope that you're going to start feeling better as those shots wear off, but it might take some time, my friend. You feel worse since you got the second shot. Is that what you're saying? I think it's because you're getting way too much buprenorphine in your blood right now. Those 300 shots are big, brother. Hope everyone has the best night. I'm sorry that I don't know why they would do that to you. You should not have gotten a 300 shot in 2 weeks. After the first shot, I had to supplement with strips after 4 days. Oh man. Yeah, you got a confusing situation there, brother. Are you still supplementing too while you're on these 300 shots? That's a lot of butte, my friend. I think what's going on is your little devil is trying to tell you that you needed more. I wouldn't have thought that you needed any oral supplementation, but okay, so you're not taking any more, right? I'm too confused. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, dude. I would just say let the medication smooth you out. Don't take any more oral. Trust me, you have way more than enough than you need in your blood right now. And your body will normalize soon. Or just be patient with yourself. You got a lot of buprenorphine in you right now, brother. So I would tell your doctor they need to slow down on giving you shots because 300 milligram shots in 2 weeks, that's a huge dose, huge dose. So I've never heard of anybody else doing that ever. And I've talked to a lot of people about this stuff, guys. So yeah, I'm sorry you're struggling, man. Just hang in there. Don't take any more oral. Trust me, you don't need it. And you'll start to smooth out. It might take another week or two from here. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know why your doctor did that. And I'm sorry that happened, my friend. Just hang in there. It'll start to smooth out. And just remember that you're supposed to feel normal from here on out. If you're feeling fatigue, that is definitely a symptom of having way too much buprenorphine in you. Okay. So every day from here on out, it should get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. Okay. So just hang in there, buddy. Don't get down on your situation. You'll start to feel better soon. I know it sucks right now. Your doctor's got you all buped up. I would imagine that constipation might be an issue for you. So keep an eye on your constipation right now. Take some medication if you need to make sure that you're able to still use the bathroom, because you're buped up right now is definitely is what I would call it. And I felt the same way whenever I would take big doses of Suboxone, right? As I would feel very foggy and tired and just no motivation to do anything, because it weighs you down. Constipation is horrible right now. Laugh out loud. Well, keep that laugh out loud mood about you, brother. You're going to be okay. Just hang in there a little bit longer. Tell your doctor to slow down, please. Those 300 milligram shots will be in you for the next probably 6 months, brother. So hopefully your doctor could slow it down from here. I'm assuming that they're going to switch you down to the 100 milligram shot next. So at least there's that. I don't go back for a month. Yeah. Tell your doctor no more 300 milligram shots. That's what I would say. So at least you've got from now until a month, right, to let that stuff wear out of you. Just hang in there, and just remember every day will get a little bit better, okay? 300, 300, 300, 100, 100, 100. So one more 300. So what I would say then, if it comes like a week before your next shot, tell him you need more time, right? If you're still struggling with fatigue and constipation, that's because your buprenorphine levels are still too high. So tell him, say, I need some more time. I need to let more of this wear out of me before I come in for my next shot. Okay. So just keep up with me in the hop on here next Wednesday and let me know how you're doing. Okay. You should be doing better by next Wednesday. Each day I'll get a little bit better. Okay. So hang in there, brother. I got to hop off here. Oh, guys, 2 hours and 20 minutes now. Thank you all for the super chats and donations today. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you have a comment or a question that you need to speak with me further about, feel free to do so on the replay. As soon as I end this video, you can put a comment and I will try to respond to you. So keep me in the loop, Prosper, in the comment section. Okay. If you need to reach out to me before next Wednesday, just drop me a comment and I'll try to respond to you that way. Okay, guys. So love y'all. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for the $20 contribution today, girl. And yeah, we'll see you guys next Wednesday. All right. Love you guys. Be safe out there and go Seahawks. Bye, guys.